Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, any poor soul who actually watches this channel, to the first ever Retrospect Chester Awards. Clap now, you're not getting a refund. Now, it is my honor, I suppose, to be hosting these awards. And granted, I was forced here against my will. But after watching all of the videos that this group of young men have made and this channel that they have created, the Passion Project, I have decided that some passions are not meant to be pursued. Anyway, we come to a point, I suppose. Retrospect Films is a sketch comedy group, as I'm sure you know, and I always love the phrase, "It's funny because it's true." That's why I object to Lovesick Assassin being nominated for Best Skit, because it is so untrue. No girl would ever love Jonah. Anyway, moving on. We have quite the list of Best Actor nominees, and something interesting is that Adam was not nominated. Now, I don't know if that's really a surprise, as I guess you could say he's in a domination. Anyway, anyone else who was nominated, I feel, was a little bit undeserving, but we'll get to that later. So, what would an awards show be without an opening musical performance? So without further ado, with our special guest star, me, I will sing to you our opening song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear someone. Happy birthday to you. Yes, thank you. I hope that was the one bright spot in this otherwise terrible event I'm at. And that song just recently became public domain. I sure hope Retrospect hasn't copyrighted any other of their videos, so you can parody them and maybe set all the cast members on fire. That would be brilliant. So, without further ado, shall we first see what we have coming up? Now, our first award is the Best Chester Announcement Video. And our nominees are Kevin, Jonah, Ethan, Cesar, Adam, and Owen? Oh my. Well, we have seen the nominees, and the Chester goes to Kevin.
Oh my goodness. Wow, I'm so unprepared. I mean, thank you. Wow, thank you. I only have like 3 pages written. Yeesh. Wow, thank you.
That was a wonderful acceptance speech. Wasn't too long. No one wants to listen to him speak more than we have to. Now, the next award is the Best One-Liner Award. This award honors one-liners, so jokes that are, well, one line. And our nominees are I Am a Dove Turning into a Geese. Oh, my back. my middle-aged back. Also from him, mint chocolate chip, the top of the Eiffel Tower, etc., etc. from Code Implausible. And all because you conquered the throne, King David. Also, though he could not be here, our good friend Luke was nominated for the line Perfection. Oh, forget that. We have a surprise guest star. It's Luke himself. And the Chester goes to mint chocolate chip, the top of the Eiffel Tower, etc., etc. from Code Implausible.
Wow.
2 in a row. I'm starting to think that this really wasn't worth it at all. If this is the kind of people that win these things, well, no wonder the another awards show is losing viewership. Our next Chester is the Chester for Best Script. And our nominees are Matthew, written by Jonah and Ethan. Teens Bop, written by Owen, the handsome one. A Christmas Rap Battle, written by Owen, Kevin, Cesar, Adam, Ethan, and Jonah. Code Implausible, written by Jonah and Ethan. And Urple, written by Owen, featuring Kevin as narrative guru, whatever that means. And without further ado, the Chester goes to Ethan and Jonah for Code Implausible.
Thank you. You know, there's so many people to thank for this award that I decided I was not going to thank any of them. Just kidding. I'll thank a couple. The first one is Jonah for writing the skit with me. You know, he called me up one day and he was like, "Hey, let's write this skit." I saw the first couple lines and I said, "Okay," and we wrote the skit. I'd like to thank my parents for raising me in such a way that I only ended up a little bit like the characters that I wrote in Code Implausible. And of course, above all else, I'd like to thank myself for being so clever, talented, and humble.
Bum ba da 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 da. Jonah.
Hey y'all. So I have a little thing prepared here. I will keep this short as I know Ethan already had his speech before me. I think the question everyone is thinking, whether they realize it or not, is what was the inspiration for the concept of Code Implausible? I'm here to tell you. It's because, well, I'm a nerd. Now, don't get me wrong. The nerds portrayed in the sketch are a little more nerdy than we are. But we are nerds. Writing it was a real adventure, finding the right mix of nerd for these characters, and finding the different spectrum of personalities within the nerd category. It was something to be figured out, but once decided, the script, more or less, of course, wrote itself. While writing it, I did not realize that it would be so well received and so popular. Yes, I heard it. 5 seconds, okay. And the fact gives me hope for all sketches that the group and I write, because you'll never know what's going to be all around great. So I encourage everyone, coming from me, an accomplished writer, to put everything into your work, because you never know what's going to be the next one.
Well, those dragged on a little bit, much like the skit itself, much like the channel itself. Oh well. And now we have a word from the president of the Chester's Academy, Chester himself.
Woo!
Thank you. Very inspiring. he's the one redeeming factor about this entire channel's existence. Anyway, we now move on to our next Chester, the Great Chester Award for Best Performance. And your nominees are Owen for Urple. Oh my, I wonder who's gonna win there. Ethan for Got Almond Milk. Jonah for Code Implausible. Kevin for Awkward Family Reunion. And Cesar for Sea Sauce. Ah, there he is. And the Chester goes to Cesar for Sea Sauce.
Allow me to pull up my speech. Hello. I just wanted to say a thank you to the fans. I never could have won without you guys. You know, being a part of Retrospect has been one of the best parts best parts of my year. A great thing about it is that we each had a chance to be in the spotlight. We had our own skits to shine in. I made sure to try my hardest with this one. And although I may not be the best actor out of the whole cast, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed my performance. When they first asked me to act for the dad in the cold, I almost refused because I didn't think I could play such a deep and emotional character. But, oh, Sea Sauce one? Yeah, that one's good too.
Oh my, that was almost nice. Well, the only thing more awkward than a skit Awkward Family Reunion would be if Kevin won for Awkward Family Reunion. So, I'm sure we've reached the moment we've all been waiting for. The Chester for Best Sketch. Now, the sketches have seen rises and falls throughout the first season. Much like anything, though their falls were a little deeper than their rises, but we can look past that for now. And you fans have voted. You nominated your few favorites, and of those nominations, you have voted for your absolute favorites. And they have come in. And you vote, and I sometimes question, what were you thinking when you voted for that? Granted, you could have voted for any of their skits, and I would have asked that, as this is a garbage fire would be offensive to garbage fires. Anyway, I will now read you the nominees. For Best Sketch, Code Implausible, Awkward Family Reunion, A Big Announcement, Matthew, and Lovesick Assassin. So, without further ado, we asked, you answered, and the fan favorite for Best Sketch is Code Implausible. Now, we will ask Adam Ramirez to accept this award.
Ooh, it was a marvelous experience to direct spiritually because I couldn't physically. Code Implausible is something different. It's on its different level. You see, in my opinion, all skits are absolute trash. And when I saw Code Implausible, I'm like, can this be the spice that we need? And yes, it was the spice we need. So I didn't have a speech welcome because I didn't expect to win. So this is a bit of an issue. And I'm confused.
Well then, that was a roller coaster. We have had some surprising victories, some surprising losses. That poor Owen fella. Anyways, I'd like to give a congratulations for every winner we had. All those wonderful, worthy winners. Tune in for the next Chesters when we hopefully have more qualified nominees. And time for the closing musical number. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Finish it for me, please.
Of course, of course. O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Closing statements.
What's that?
Closing statements.
What statements? Thank you to all of the fans who gave us our 45 votes, which is still less than our number of subscribers. Cough, cough. But thank you. And that is all I have to say.
Closing statements.
Thank you everyone who has tuned in and is watching this right now. This wouldn't be possible without all of you. And of course, while we're not famous yet, we will be someday, and you will be able to say you subscribed before the big 100. Thank you.
Closing statements.
At the risk of being repetitive, I would like to thank the fans for all that they have contributed to us. Please stay tuned for season 2, and we thank you for your support and your votes for the Chesters, even if some of them may have been not what we expected. I appreciate and love all of you. Stay tuned for season 2, whenever it may come out. But you're what is keeping us going. Thank you all. I will try to stay humble, however hard it may be.
I actually prepared for this moment. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you appreciate the handwriting.
I would just like to say thank you for an amazing year. I hope next year we expand on our quality of skits and maybe even future short films. Hint, hint.
Thank you for tuning in to the Chesters, the only award show where you can watch from the comfort of your own bed, and that's also where it was filmed. Tune in next time. Continue watching season 2, and vote for Owen. Signing off. Thank you. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Goodbye.